Hi friends, hope all are you doing well and are safe. So myself Ashok, I am a data analyst in Optum Global Solutions, and I am the student from DBS College in 2013. So today I am going to explain you what is Python. So nowadays Python is most popular technology. So these are the things we are going to explain. What is the Python, difference between programming and scripting language, history of Python, scope of Python, what can we do for what can we do with Python, who can use Python, why people are using Python, installing how to install Python ideally. So a sample code, Python code expressions running Python. So on Python some basic programs, some basic script of Python. So see, don't think Python is like Python is snake. Python is This is not Python logo, this is the Python officials logo. So Python is a general purpose programming language that is often applied in scripting role as well. So which means Python we can use Python as a scripting language, and also as a fully object oriented programming language, or also we can use Python for web applications. To do web applications we have frameworks in Python. So those are the frameworks like Flask framework, Django framework, Pyramid framework. So these are the frameworks. So to do Python web applications, and also we have some IDLEs. IDLEs will be used to develop our projects. So our IDLEs are PyCharm, Atom, Sublime, Visual Studio. So these are the Python IDLEs. We can do Python projects in those IDLEs. So for the machine learning and data science purpose, we have some uh, separate things like a Jupyter notebook. So which comes from Anaconda. Anaconda also not a snake. It is also a application. Anaconda. It is a .exe application, executable application. Anaconda. So which is used for data science purpose and machine learning purpose. So there we have a Jupyter notebook. Jupyter notebook, Spider. So Spider also a IDLE for data science people. Okay. So Python also called interpreter programming language. Interpretation means we don't need to compile the program. At the time of running only the program is compiled. So in case of other languages, first we need to compile the program. After completing the program, we need to compile. Then we need to run the program. In case of Python, we don't need to compile the program. So in later slides we will see what is how the Python interpretation will happen. Okay. Okay, see now what is the difference between a program and a scripting. A program is executed, that is the source is first compiled, and then the result of that compilation is expected. So for the to run that program, first we need to compile that one. Then after we are going to expect the result. In case of scripting we don't need to compile. So line by line execution will happen at the time of running the code only. Means at the time of interpretation. Script is an interpreted. So I'll show you an example. Okay, first I need to open my Python IDLE. Don't worry how to install Python IDLE. So these kind of things we'll get to know. So for the example purpose I am showing how interpretation will happen. So what is an interpretation? So suppose I am giving print hello world. So when I press enter, my output I am getting my output hello world. This is called interpretation. Here I am not saving the program. I am not compiling the program. Directly I am writing my line of script here, and I am pressing enter. After pressing enter, I am getting my output hello world. This is called interpretation. This is called interpretation. So now you got clarity between the program and scripting. Okay. So next, the history of Python. So most of the people think Python is a new language. So no, that is not wrong. That is not right. Python is a old language. Python is the language before Java. 1991 only Python official announced the first release. Python 1 version. So Python, the god of Python is Guido van Rosen. He is the god of Python. He invented the language Python. So actually, he is a fan of one of the most popular TV show in Netherlands. That is a Monty Python's Flying Circus. This is the most popular in 1980s. This is the most popular TV show. So he inspired from that program. He inspired and he named Python as his programming language. Okay, it is an open source programming language. We don't need to purchase. So he is the one. He is the one who developed Python. What can what can we do with Python? We can do with Python many things like system programmings. We can do system programmings, graphical user interface programmings, internet scriptings, component integrations, database programmings, gaming images, xmls, robots, and more. So nowadays everyone is showing interest in Python because it contains huge number of libraries like the data science libraries like pandas, numpy, scikit-learn. So these are the data science libraries. We have some database libraries like for MySQL we have SQL client library. For PostgreSQL we have PSY COP Z2 library. So this kind of libraries, it has huge number of libraries. Compared to Java, Python has huge number of libraries. That's why it is popular. So in case of in case of data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning, natural language processing, and all these are using Python language only because it contains huge number of libraries, and also it is very easy to use. It is not much complex. It is very easy to use. It is a general purpose programming language. It means we are speaking general English, right? The Python programming also like the speaking language, which is the general English. Next, who uses Python today? So Google is using Python, IBM is using Python, Qualcomm, NASA also using Python for their research purpose. So in networking, hacking also some of the hacking professionals also using Python. Okay, so in YouTube we are using Python. So everywhere we are using Python nowadays. So why do people use Python? Already I told you. So Python we can use as a programming language or else as a scripting language. OOPS concepts like overloading, multiple inheritance, polymer presence. So these kind of things also supported by Python. So it is a open source and also platform independence. You can develop on an environment, run the same programming in any other platforms. So that is a platform independent. It's a powerful language. So it is a dynamically typed. Dynamically typed means we don't need to declare the type of variables. So in case of other languages, we need to declare the type of variables. If suppose I have variable a, it contains value 1 to 3. So that is the type I need to declare in another language, integer type. So in case of Python, we don't need to declare the type of variable. The Python interpreter will take care of that type of variable. It has built-in types and tools. So I'll show you what is the types. So third party, at least already I told you, right? Numeric types, NumPy, SciPy. So these are the NumPy and SciPy are the data science libraries. So these are we have this kind of libraries. We have more and more libraries in Python. This is automatic memory management. So we don't need to bother about the memory management systems. Python interpretation will take care of that memory management system also. So as a user, we don't have any responsibility to take care of memory management. We have private heap space in Python, so that will take care of memory management. So we don't need to bother about memory management. It's a portable. Python runs virtually every major platform to use it today. So whatever the platform, whether it is a Linux, Red Hat Linux, or Windows, so whatever the platform that might be, we can run the Python program. Except Windows XP. Windows XP doesn't support Python. Windows XP and lower version of Windows S doesn't support Python. So it is supports from Windows 7. Next, how can we install a Python? So directly we go to the go to this go to this path and download this latest version, whatever the available latest version. Here you have, you can download and install that one. That is the 3.8.2. that is the latest version. So Python has earlier Python has two versions, Python 2 and Python 3. So nowadays Python officially announced that Python 2 version is no more from 2020. So everyone who has developed their projects in Python 2.7 version, so they are migrating Python 2 version to 3 version. Python guys are not supporting to Python 2 version from 2020 onwards. So after installing, we will get like this. So this is right now in my system I have installed Python 3.6 version. So 3 plus version, whatever the version from 3 plus you can install. Not only 3.8, you can install 3 plus version, whatever you want. So no problem. So after installing you will get like this. So see, is IDLE. This is the platform. This is the platform for Python to run Python scripting. This is the platform. So if you click on this, you will get like this. This is the IDLE. See, this is the IDLE. So I am using the version 3.6.8 version. So even you can install 3.6.8 version, or else you can install 3.8 version, no problem. It will run. But no, don't go for 2.7 or 2.2 version. So see, this is the script. I already told you, right? Already told you. This is the script. If I am trying to print hello world, so this is the script, interpretation script. So I am not going to save the program. I'm not going to compile the program directly. I am running my script here. So I am getting my output here as well. So that is the beauty of Python. So next, to see how the code execution will happen in Python. So this is the Python source code. So the extension of Python source is .py is the extension to save Python source file. So this is the Python PYC. PYC the Python compiler. So this file will run, but it won't show you. We don't need to compile separately for Python source file. So directly we can run Python virtual machine. This is a PVM, like JVM, Java virtual machine is right. The same thing, PVM, Python virtual machine. So this is so we can directly run the source code. So see, Python, we can use Python as calculator, Python interpreter. So this ideally we can use as a calculator. See how math operations will be performed there. So see how we can perform math operations. Print of 1 plus 2. So I'm getting 3. Here I'm not declaring any variable. I'm not assigning anything to the variables. Even I can assign a equals to 1, b equals to 2. Now print a plus b, no problem. I'll get my expected output 3. So like this we can use Python interpreter as calculator. So I can perform subtraction operation also, a minus b. So I get 2 minus 1 minus 1, I'll get no problem. So this is the operation for subtraction. Okay, next multiplication. So division also I can perform. So I can perform 10 by 2 directly, or else a equals to 10 or b equals to 2. I can perform a by b directly without using print also I can perform. With using print also I can perform. So no problem, I'll get. So 5.0. Okay, this is what division operation. So now I can perform print of multiplication operation, a into b. So now we'll get 20. 2 tens are 20, right? So 10 twos are 20. So 20 I'm getting. So now I can also perform like without using print also I can perform a into b. So a contains value 10, right? So now I can perform a into 3. 10 threes are 30. So I'm getting my expected output 30. So a contains the value. Don't confuse. I have already assigned 10 for variable a. So 10 into 3, 30. So if we want to check what is the type of variable, I haven't declared any type to this variable, right? So Python interpreter will take care of the type of variable, type of a. We will get type int, class int. So integer is the type of this one. So we don't need to bother about what is the type of that variable. So Python interpreter will take care of that one. Even you are writing a big program also, you don't need to type, you don't need to declare the type of variable. If it is required explicitly, you can Python allow you to write the type of variable, not a problem. uh, Most of the cases we are not going to declare the type of variables. If it is required in your programming, then only in that case you can write. Otherwise, not to worry about the type of the type declaration of a variable. So next also we can perform power. Also we can perform power operations also. A double star means power operations. A double star B means 2 to the power, sorry, 10 to the power 10 to the power 2. See, 100, 10 power 2, right? 10 power, A is 10, B equals to 100, right? 10 power 2. So if we want to check A power 2, see, 100 I am getting. Okay, 10 into 10, right? 10 into 10, right? 10 power 2 means 10 into 10, right? I'm getting 100. So that is the same thing here, 10 into 10 power 2. Okay, we can perform some one magic operation also is there, that is a floor division. Floor division means this is, if we are going to use floor division, I'll get output 10 by 2 with except. So whenever I use floor division, if I'm using floor division for floating point values, like floating point values, I'll get always output as my output as float value. If I use integer values, always I'll get integer value only. So see, 10 is an integer, 2 is an integer. So 10 by 2, I'm getting 5, right? Suppose if you see B floor division 2, so I'm getting 1. Okay, 2 5s are 10. So one time I can able to divide. Next, strings in Python. So we can declare strings also in Python, like within quotes. If we can declare Python strings in 3 types: single quotes, double quotes, and triple quotes. So single quotes. So I am showing you first single quotes. Hello DBS. See, it is a single quote string representation. So now I am declaring double quotes. Hello DBS, double quotes. Now I am declaring triple quotes. Hello DBS. So now also I am getting triple quotes. So these three things have some minor difference, not major. This is that this code is this triple quotes is called multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. Triple quotes is used for multi-line comment. Or also in case if you are using to write some database query, that time also you are going to use this triple quotes in your Python script only, not in your database. Okay, if you are going to use database query in your Python script, then you should use triple quotes. Okay, double quotes and single quotes, there is no much difference between these things. So we can use whether single quotes or double quotes. Okay, this is the string representation. We can use string concatenation also. String concatenation. So as computer science students, you already know what is concatenation means. Hello plus DBS. So I am getting hello DBS, right? I can perform string multiplication also. But it should contain only one string. It contain string with integer. You can perform string with integer only multiplication. So when I press enter, hello will print 9 times. 9 times. Except from these two operations, you can't able to perform any operations like subtraction, division, floor division, power. So this kind of things you can't able to perform. If you try to perform power operator, you will get error, unsupported operand type for power operator. And also don't use for float. If you use for float also, you will get the same error. So I'm using float value. So see, can't multiply sequence by non-int type. So you should use integer value only. If you want to perform multiplication, with a string, you should use string. It is the fundamental thing. So variables, what are the variables? So variables declarations in Python. Variables, you can use whatever sequenced characters. You can use a variable or single characters, but variable doesn't start with a number or a special characters. So numbers, if you starts with a number, if 1a equals to Ashok. So you see, syntax error. Python won't allow you to declare a variable starts with a name, starts with a number. You should start with a character. So and also variable doesn't contain spaces and special characters. So if suppose Ashok at the rate 123 equal to 123. Now also I'll get error. See, syntax error, can't assign to operators. So I'm having what special character I'm having, and also I'm having what 1 2 3 I'm having. So numbers I'm having, special character I'm having. That's why I'm getting assign operator error, assignment error. So if I use Ashok equals to 1 2 3, now there is no problem. If I enter Ashok, if I enter Ashok, see, I'm getting my output 1 2 3. So Python variables doesn't allow you to write space characters, special characters, and don't start with the numbers. Python allow you for numbers after declaration. Yes, after character you can use numbers, no problem, but don't include spaces between these and special characters. If you use special characters and numbers, Python will throw an error. So and also don't use Python inbuilt keywords as a variable name. What are the keywords Python contains? Python contains 35 keywords. So to see all those keywords, first we need to import keyword dot kw list. These are the 35 keywords we have in Python. So don't use these keywords as your variable. So data types in Python. Data types. Python data types are strings, numbers, boolean, list, tuples, dictionaries, sets, rows and sets, these are the most popular data types in Python. In this we are mostly going to use these three only, these three and strings. So these are the Python data types. We will see what is the list data type. What is list data type? List data type is a sequenced collection of elements, non-homogeneous elements. No, elements, sequence collection of elements. So it will starts and ends with square braces. Starts and ends with square braces. If I want to declare a list, L equals to 1, 2, 3. This is my list. If I want to see what is the type of this one, type of L. See, this is the class list. So list has some inbuilt functions, some inbuilt functions and methods. List is a class list contains some inbuilt functions and methods. So I'll show you what are the, if you want to know what are the methods and functions Python contains, then you will type dir of list. So then it will display all the methods and functions which contains Python, Python list. So it is the if the method starts with and ends with double underscore, so that is called a magic methods. So every Python database contains some magic methods. We can perform with Python. We can perform with Python list. So see, I'm having in this list is Python list. The list is most versatile data type available in Python, which is written in the list comma separated values items between square braces. See, I'm having a string and integer, and I'm also I may have I may use float values and boolean values also I can use here. So list 1 is this one, list 2 is this one. So see, what are the methods I can perform in using list is these all are the methods I can perform using list. Okay, that is the list data type. Let us see one example. I want L equals to 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 4 comma 5 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9 comma 10. So this is my list. I want this list as a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so that the if I want to that one, L dot sort. See, I'm having sorted elements. So if I want to reverse this one, so from this from left to right. So now I am getting right to left. I want this as a reverse order, right to left, left to right. So see, reverse equals to true. These are the small things. So now see, I'm getting in a reverse order. So we can perform a small we can perform big things with a small operations in Python. If we want to perform this operation in any other languages, you need to write more than 10 lines of code. It is not that simple to perform in single line. So I can perform that operation in single line of code, single line L dot sort. I can perform my sorting operations. It's done. So if we want to perform the same operations in any other language, you cannot perform in a single line. You should write some more lines, even if you are using inbuilt method also. So if I don't want to use inbuilt method, so it may take 2 or 3 lines to write to sort this. Okay, that is not a big problem. So that is the beauty of Python. We can reduce the length of code with the inbuilt methods in Python. So this is the Python list. What is the Python tuple? Tuple and list are the same with a small difference. Tuple we can declare within parentheses. So L equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. This is the tuple. But tuple is not mutable. Is not mutable means once we declare this tuple, we are not able to add any elements to tuple. So we have these two methods only. These two methods only available methods for tuple. So in case of list, we can perform extend clear operation. We can perform append operation. Append operation means we can add an extra element to this list. Clear. It will clear all these elements. Copy we can copy a reference variable for this variable L variable. Count. It can count the number of elements from this list. From this list, how many times each element occurred. If the 2 comes 2 times, so if I use L dot count of 2, it will show 2 times it occurred 2 times. The count 2 I'll get extend. So if I have some more list, one more list, if I want to add that list to this list, so then I'll use L dot extend of another list. Index. So if I want to see the index position of this one, so index position always starts from 0. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 like that. So that is the index. So insert, I can insert the element with the specified index positions. So L dot insert of index position comma my element. So that is the syntax. Pop. Pop always delete an element from the last and return that element. Remove. Remove, we can remove a specific element. L dot remove of, we can mention a specific element. Reverse. Reverse also do the same thing like a sort. Sort operations. So sort we already seen, right? So in case of tuples, we don't have this kind of operation. That is the mutability of Python list and immutability of Python tuple. The fundamental thing you need to memorize is list is mutable, which means we can edit a list. Tuple is not mutable, which means we cannot edit a tuple once we declared. Okay, that is the tuple. Tuple data type. Already we already seen, right? So loops and conditionals. So we have loop operations and conditions in Python. So we have if condition, else, but we don't have else if. We have elif only. Elif means in Python else if only. Else if in other languages, but in Python it is elif. This is elif. We have for loop, while loop, and we don't have do while. Do while kind of thing we don't have in Python. Okay, no, do while we don't have in Python, else if we don't have in Python. Okay, now see how the loop operations is performed. Press Ctrl N. So always save the file with the .py extension. I'm going to save this program example.py. So I'm having so let us, okay, so for loop if I'm having a list L equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. I want to perform a for loop for this one. So I want to print one by one. For I in L, print of L. That's it. Completed my program. You can press F5 or you can run from here also. See, my program got completed. 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the simple for loop. So if we want to perform if condition also, you can perform if 2 in L then print L. So which means if the value 2 in L, so it contains 2, right? So then it will print that value only. See, that condition is true, right? So that is printing this one. If it is not in, now see, not in L, see, I'm not getting anything because the condition the condition is failed, right? The condition is failed. So this is how the Python this is how the for loop performs in Python. This is a simple introduction of Python. And also in Python, indentation is most important. In other languages, we need to write program, we need to write curly brace open and curly brace close. In case of Java or C programming, or whatever the programming, we need to use those things, right? So in case of Python, we don't need to bother about open brace and open curly brace and close curly braces. Indentation is the most important thing in Python. Indentation means I'll show you. Indentation is like so suppose I'm having, so I want to perform a for loop operation. So I'm performing for loop operations test2.py. So I have string L equals to Ashok for I in L. So when I press enter, indentation will takes. So print of I. So this space is indentation. That is the most important thing in Python. So if indentation is missing, we will get in indentation sub C. I'm going to run this program. See, I got end of the string literals. So sorry. See, expected indented block. So without indentation, I can't perform my operations. I'll get syntax error. So if I have indentation, now see, operation got success. My program got success. So that is the beauty of Python. Indentation does matter in Python. No need to bother of open and curly braces. Sometimes we may forget to close curly braces in Java kind of things. So most of the people have that experience, I thought. So in case of Python, we don't need to bother about that things. So if you go in depth, if you habitize Python, you won't leave Python forever. I'm sure. Okay, guys, this is a simple introduction to Python. So hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you. Thank you for listening my class.